All right, we are in the Mexican Valley tournament. We're in Tuesday's qualifying round in the rookie division. So I went out yesterday and practiced, and I shot a 9, but with this expanded qualification zone in the qualification round going to 75%, I barely got kicked out. There were some people that made it in with a 10 and knocked me out, so I didn't qualify. But I almost qualified. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I did not. So here we go. We'll go out there and qualify. So I went out and I wrote down some notes yesterday based off of my round. And then I went out and played yesterday with, I think it was my 99 account. It only has up to Tour 5 clubs. And so it doesn't have the ball guide and it doesn't have the distance and the top spin and all of the rest of the stuff but on every single hole except for one, I put myself where I wanted to be, and on the one, I just totally, Gordon, totally messed that shot up. But other than that, it was the same. What helped me was that in this account, I wrote down some spins. So I wrote down that I'm going to put on 5.5 backspin, or I'm going to put on 2 topspin, and I had numbers to the cup. So my lines were pretty good. So we'll see. We'll go out there and work the notes again. Let's see if I can tighten them up a little bit. So hole number one. That's probably not hole number one. This is hole number one. All right. I'm going for this zone right here and hitting it. Now there is a rough bump that we can do here, but I'm gonna go straight at it. Let me get my calculator working here. Maybe. All right, I got my calculator working. So I'm going to take, my notes say APOC and Titan. But I think you can play this with a katana. If you've got upper developed clubs, you can definitely play with a katana. Even with the lower developed clubs yesterday, I think I hit it with my quarterback. And I pulled back from the red line. So you can definitely hit it with that. I don't think it takes a lot of side spin. And I don't have what I'm using on the second shot. I have that I'm going to put minus 15 to the cup at max, but I don't have what I'm actually shooting. Here we go. Getting out on the course. Playing some rookie. Sierra Plateau. I'm going to pull back a little bit from the red line. Pull back to the +6 mark. And actually, I can pull back to the +1 mark. And I don't think I can put, I'm going to put just a titch less than max topspin. I'm going to put 1 less. 2.6. If I add on 20, that would be 3. I like the 3. Actually, probably be like 3.1. But who's counting? Let's see where that lands. That landed really nice. Real nice. And I probably could have left that topspin on, but man, I do not want to end up in the rough. I'd rather end up right there every single time and take that shot than have one time where I'm in the rough. Let me make some notes here. So it was max topspin, rock, +1, 4 topspin. Now I know I'm going to do minus 15 to the cup, so that's 0.85. That's all I have in my equation. So I have 0.85 times. It looks like I'm going to be in max club, but I have no idea where. What club? Kingfisher. There's Max. Max Kingfisher is 1.1, so it's 3 divided by 1.1 is 2.31 rings. And put 2 backspin. .31 rings. See if we can get lined up with the wind. There's 2, 3, 1, exactly. And a great. Let's not start there today. Come on, man. That perfect would have been in the hole. It's so close, and I think I hit it in there great yesterday as well. So I haven't seen the sink yet. It could be rolling in right on the lip on the other side of the cup, and I need to add on plus 0.1 or do something, but I don't know because I haven't hit it perfect. Get your perfect eyeballs working. Dang people. Trying to get it rolling. Got stuff to do. Got money to spend today. Starting a new job, and most people, they start a new job and they're hoping to get paid money, but I started a new job and it cost me $6,000 just to start. I should say I'm starting a new business, so you got to get software, and you got to get insurance, and you got to make sure you got all your licenses paid for, which those were already paid for, so I didn't have to go through that expense, but the insurance. Lots of insurance. All right. I have decided that I like this rough bump best because it's straight at the cup and you don't need any spin, but there is a very narrow little area there. And I'm at mid club in my Grizzly with a katana, but it says hit 1-1. And my notes say try at mid, so I may just try this at mid club with nothing extra, just at mid club. 1 top spin. Grizzly, katana, play. Whatever the wind is divided by mid Grizzly. Where is my mid Grizzly? Where are my numbers? Where's my cheat sheet? Mid Grizzly's 1.1. One top spin. I think that's all I need. I think I don't need any side spin at all. I go first. 1 top spin. It's 4.2 divided by 1.1 is 3.8. .8. There's 3. There's 8. Hitting it dead center perfect. In the hole. Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there. That was just at mid club. Nothing extra. And I came in on the right hand side. So round down. Round down. Let me put a note here. Round down. Try at mid. At mid. Mid. Hey. Round down. If I could get my pen to work. There we go. Now I got it working. All right. That makes missing hole number 1 especially painful. All I had to do was hit it perfect. All right, what do we got for hole number 3? Hole number 3. Hole number 3, the first of our Albie opportunities. And I am doing plus 20 on the drive, minus 15 to the cup at mid. And I got a Grizzly with 5.5 backspin. I think there's a rough bump that we can do here as well if you're in the right spot. But I am trying to go to this area and take this shot up, not over here. I think if you have over here, you might have a really nice rough bump with a Goliath. I'm just going to go straight out of those. So what are we taking? APOC and a Grizzly. So that should be bag number 5. Bag number 5. What kind of ball guide I got here? 3-9. I could bring my what is it? Thor's hammer, Kingmaker. I don't really know that I need a Kingmaker here. I think I might be able. I'm going to bring a Kingmaker just in case. But I think you can just do it with a Titan. Because it doesn't look like I'm doing any backspin on the second shot. Or excuse me, side spin. And I don't have any side spin written on the drive, but then again, I hardly ever write that stuff down on the drive. Usually if I write anything down on my drives, it's like I'm pulling it back to the +3 mark. And then from that spot, I'm putting on 4.5 topspin. And the side spin will become apparent when you set the shot up, like you need to put on 1 or 2 side spin to the right or the left in order to get the ball to go into the direction. So I hardly ever write the side spin down. Now, I've seen a bunch of people look at this, but I have not seen anybody make the shot. And I would, if you were really trying to make that, it seems like you'd bring out a bigger ball. And that, my friends, is what we call no freaking bueno. Boo. Boo is the big deal. Shit, you can't make it from there. You're not recovering. So it's 1.2 times 3.1 divided by 1.3. It's 2.86 rings. There's 3.5 topspin. Where's that put me? I like that. I want to get 2 rings off over here. 2.86 rings. There's 2.9. Hitting it perfect. See if we can just bleed it through there. Right here, right there on that second bounce, that's the critical spot. And once again, I did leave some room around me, but I would rather be right there every single time and have the second shot than to be in the rough once. Not that you don't have a shot from the rough, but the deal is, why put yourself in the rough? And that road, unfortunately, doesn't have a lot of bounce to it. You hit some of those cobblestone roads and then it bounces for a mile, but here I don't think it's going to. No, it just died. Okay, what's the second shot? Minus 15.85 times 2.6 divided by... There's max. There's min. I'm at mid-club, so it's 1.1. 1.1. 2 rings, exactly. 5.5 backspin. 3, 4, 5, half. 5.5 backspin. Get right up on it. 2 rings, exactly. Two rings. And I hit it great. And I went in the hole. Woo! Look at that. Can't be good, be lucky. And I hit it great to the left, and it came in at the cup, so did I need to pull it a little bit more? I'll have to go back and watch that. That was a little bit of luck right there. We'll take it. We'll take it. Can't be good, be lucky. Man, that makes a hole number 1. Man, I almost had the elusive 7 and 3 right there, and I had hole number 1 if I'd hit that perfect. That I got lucky. I got unlucky on 1 and I got lucky on 3, so we'll take the 6. We'll take it and not bitch about it. Hole number 4. Hole number 4. What my notes say? Grizzly Katana. I'm at mid club at 1.1 plus 10 to the cup. All right. So that balances out. So it's just whatever the club is. It's whatever the wind is. That's how many rings I'm pulling. Grizzly and a Katana. The big cat. Hole number 4. Grizzly Katana. 1-1, whatever the wind is. If I can get out on the course. If Sad Dad goes first. Let's check out Sad Dad. 1,312 games, 469,001. $469. Take 469, 872, and divide it by 712, and that'll tell you where they've been living, like what courses they play on a regular basis. Then take that number and divide it by 2. It'll tell you right where they play most of their games. All right, it's the win, 3-7. I'm definitely at mid club. Three, 7. Okay, so there's the 7. And there's 1, 2, 3. Isn't it perfect? Just a bit outside. I need to pull it just a little bit more. It's 10%. So it's 1-1 plus 10. 1-1 plus 10%. And this pen sucks. You know what we do with pens that suck, right? We throw them away. Into hole. And we find ourselves a new pen. We have a new pen. Let's see if it works any better. Yeah, it seems like it does. It seems like it wants to write. It actually wants to do its job. I never find my stylus is wanting, but sometimes these pens. Hole number 5. Hole number 5. What do my notes say? APOC, Power 5. Red line of curl. Plus 10 on the drive. Let's look at it. All right. I'm trying to get around this bend and get on in one. What do I have here? 2 side spin. All right. I guess I'm taking a berserker. Berserker. That bag right there and a berserker. Here we go. Plus 10 on the drive. 1.1 times whatever the wind is divided by 1.3. Old school. Somebody was saying in the comments that doing it with the calculator is old school and that they had a spreadsheet. Well, both would work, and the spreadsheet will give you instant stuff because you've already figured out all of the math, but that's old school too, bro. That's old school. The new school would be either using the apps or doing what everybody's done since time immemorial, where they just go out there and they eyeball it. And what I'd like to see here is where my second bounce is. My second bounce is supremely close. 5.1, 4.31 rings. There's 431. Isn't it perfect? Oh, just a little bit more to the right. The other day when I did it, I pulled my curl out to my green line, and then today I pulled it out to the red line to try and get, if you look to the right of me, I'm a foot, I would have been in the fairway. I didn't put quite enough curl on it. I think that shot, I think I could actually do max curl because my ball's setting here. If I move it over, I'd be on the black ring. I'm trying to get that second bounce to hit in the fairway and not to clip the rough, because if it clips the rough, it'll just die right where it's at. My opponent definitely had fairway to the right. If they would have hit that fairway, they would have ended up in the rough on the backside. So it's barely off. Barely. And that will not go in. I would like to have hit that perfect too. Okay, so we got 2 that we made and 2 that we horribly missed on. Maybe 3. That was hole number 5, so we got 3 that we missed on. We've only made it on 2 and missed on 3. We gotta pick up hole number 6. We got to. Got to pick up something in every section. That puts us at the minus 15. And then if we can pick up anything else, then that's the gravy. That's the winning shot. The 3 just get us into contention so the reporters will interview us as we come off the course. In the hole. So my notes say APOC, Berserk, plus 20 on the drive, and a Grizzly for the second shot. That's all my notes say. I have no numbers for the Grizzly. Let's see if we can figure some out. Hole number 6. What are we doing? Ah, okay, so yesterday I did try and get down to this lily pad and I ended up in the rough. And from this rough, you can recover with a Nirvana. In my low level account, I just laid it up right here. But what happened was I laid it up right here and I brought a 3 power ball and I tried to get greedy. I tried to bounce off of this island with a Guardian and make it over to the other side. And I wasn't in a really good spot and I didn't have the right ball combo. So what I should have did was just started off on the right hand side and just backspin it over to the cup, made my putt and moved along little doggy. But I got greedy. In this account, I can recover from out here because I have a Nirvana, but I don't have a Nirvana in my low level account. So it's not that big of a deal to get here, but do I really, am I really, is it worth getting out to that island? I think it is. I think it might be. Maybe. So I have no idea what the second shot is because I was in the rough yesterday. Let's take a better, I could hit off of that one and just try and go for it. Just wondering if consistency wise, the deal is that I think today we probably have a tailwind, so like trying to get out here might be possible, but on headwind days, really we're going to have to hit here if we're going to hit. I'm just wondering about hitting like over into this area and trying to take that shot and give myself a consistent, because if we draw an arc, I mean, we got to be pretty close to the same club if we got way down here as we are if we're here. I'm going to try hitting over there today just to look at it, just to see what the deal is. And I'm going to take I'm going to start off with just a Titan. We'll see. We'll see. A Titan. I think if you're hitting to the left-hand side, like a bigger power ball or a top spin boost ball or something to get you all the way to the end. Might be better. Maybe. It just looks so easy to get over there from here. Do 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 do. They did not make it, but they can recover from there with the Nirvana. Do 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 do. I'm going to leave that wind in. Isn't it perfect? I was hoping that it would not do that, but I probably need to add something on that wind because it definitely pushed me to the right. Definitely. Yeah, and yesterday where I was at, what I should have did was right here where the red line comes up, this wedge, I should have started my Guardian off in that corner and then put on maximum side spin and probably 3 or 4 backspin just to get my tail so that it was the same distance as the cup. And then when you apply max curl, it'll just bring it over there and you're right where the opponent was and you make your shot and you go home. Don't get greedy. If you're not in the right spot, don't get greedy. That spot's not too bad. There's max, there's min, so I'm in about mid club, and I actually have a rough bump that I could do here. Can I get there? I can. I'm in mid club, so that'd be 4 rings. There's 4-4. I'm going to do just a little extra. Isn't it perfect? Close. And I did that little extra, and I probably didn't need to. And where I ended up down there, I probably could have just did that straight up at club. So let's put sniper. Mid plus 0 to cup. And I did maybe a plus 5. Just a little. 1 or 2 points. All right. We might have a look at it over there. I actually kind of like that distance. If I'd have got any closer, I would have taken myself out of the area where I could have did the rough bump, but I would have had a straight up grizzly shot if I'd have got closer. I'm going to work that hole because I might like that spot out there. We'll see. We'll have some fun with it and play it because I think most people I feel are gonna play. There's gonna be some people that play it to the left, but I think most people are gonna be playing to these lily pads. And I must have been like about right there. Where does that put me? I was with the rough bump. I was probably out in this area. So if you get out here to the tip, you're taking the rough bump out of play, but you do have a straight up grizzly shot. But if you want to do the rough bump, this is kind of the area you need to be in. That rough area down there, I usually don't like rough bumps like that because you got a rough bump and you're set up here, and if you hit it great to the left, you're in the fairway. You hit it great to the right, you're in the sand. You're really close. Perfect's the only shot that'll work. But that fairway down there, even though it doesn't look like it's that wide, it's actually pretty wide. That's not a bad area. Not bad. What's hole number 7? Hole number 7. All right. Grizzly Navigator. Grizzly Navigator. Just cutting the wind down a little. Playing plus 25 to the cup. 1.25 times. And I'm at mid club times the wind divided by 1.1. 3 backspin, no side spin. Right at it. And I'm not so sure it shouldn't be 130, like a 30% adjustment to the cup. Seems like I tried 20 and I just missed, so I upped it to 25. So we'll see if the 25 is better. Power 5 ball. You gonna change that ball out, or am I gonna forfeit to get that ball? Come on, change the ball out. Do not use a topspin boost ball. Power 5. Come on, dude. Are you looking through? Yeah, they're looking through their massive ball inventory. And so it was written. When they came out with that ball thing, for those of you that haven't looked for it, I did a video on the ball sorting. It's the one, I usually do these totally unscripted. I'm playing and talking and doing the thing, but that was the only video I think I've ever done where I scripted it. It was the Monty Python Holy Hand Grenade skit for the ball sorting. Man, that's so close. The wind is 4.65 rings. And if I remember correctly, I pulled all the way back till my white ring was touching. And it's a 3 backspin. 1, 2, 3. .65 rings. There's 465 exactly. Hitting it dead center perfect. Should get a read. And still underpulled it. Man, I seem like I'm in the same exact spot, and I've upped that. And that looked like it was, I'm going to put 35. Let's make a jump. I'd rather go over the 25 and be on the other side. I would really rather just be on the other side of the cup. Then I know I can start taking some off. Come on. Come on. Don't make me jump to plus 50. I will. I'll do it. Longer. Perfect. Perfect, great. Okay, my notes on the next one say APOC, Katana, plus 20 on the drive. And I'm using a thorn for the second shot. So what bag do I have a thorn in? That bag right there. I'm using a Katana. And I would really like to hit this one perfect because I think I'm right there. Right there. APOC Katana, plus 20 on the drive. 1.2 times the wind divided by 1.3. And if I remember correctly, I did not put down how much topspin I'm putting on the drive. I think I'm putting it all on. I think. I'm trying to hit to the left over into here and take the shot with my thorn going to the cup and avoiding this. This out here, if you can get out here, it's nice. But the deal is that the key phrase there was if you can get out there in the fairway. I would say more than 50% of the time you're probably going to roll off into the rough. You could end up in the sand. In a worst case scenario, you could end up in the drink. You have no control over because your fulcrum point's way the hell up here and you're trying to get around a bend at the very last gasp of your ball guide. See if my opponent can achieve the impossible dream. Nope. And I'm not saying you don't have a great shot from there, but I would rather take that shot with my short iron than my sand wedge. It's just me. Just me. Let's put all of it on. All of it on. I'm going to pull back just a little. So I'm right dead center in the middle of that fairway. 2.8. 2.58 rings. 2.6 rings. There's 2.6. Perfect. Let's hit 2 perfects in a row and call it a day as it goes in the hole. Max topspin. Let's write that down. Max topspin. Plus 20 on the drive. Now I have no idea where I'm at in my club, but I do have numbers for my thorn. So I've got at max it's 1.8, and I believe I'm at max club. It's 1.8, 2.4, 3.5, and I'm going to do plus 0.2 to the cup. So it's whatever the wind is divided by wherever I'm at in my club plus 0.2. And I think it's max. I think it is. I think. Do 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 do. Oh, there's max. There's min. So I'm at mid club. Max backspin. Mid club is 2.4, so it is 3.6 divided by 2.4 plus 0.2. It's 1.7 rings. .7. Let's get lined up with the wind. There's 1, 5, 6, 7. Isn't it perfect? Oh, needed to pull it a little teeny bit more. I put that +2 on there, so let's work the math here. Let's take the +2 off. It was 1.7. If I did 10%, 1.1 times, it'd be 1.65. 20% would have been 1.8. 25% would have been 1.87, 1.9. 30% would have been 2, so 1.7 instead of versus 2. That might be too much. So like I'm gonna change that number to a 25% plus 25%. All right, there we go. There we go. Working it. What hole are we on? Are we on hole number 9? We are on hole number 9, I believe. Yes. My notes say APOC. 3 power. 3 power or 5 power with topspin boost. This is another one of those holes that I think you can get to this area, but you really got to work at it. You have to bring out a bigger ball, otherwise you're going to land on this. And you have a shot from here. And I believe there are some rough bumps that we can do from these spots. I think if you hit to the front one, you might be taking the rough bumps out of play, but I'm not sure whether we can do this without... We've got the wind going with us today, so we can. We're going to get a little bit of a boost with the wind. Plus 20 on the drive. 1.2 times the wind divided by 1.3. What's funny about the calculator is I actually have just... The game's been out for 7 years, and for the first 3.5 years, I did all the math in my head. And what happened? What happened is for the first 3 years, we didn't have as many of these little micro adjustments, but then we started having to get into the little micro adjustments in the mid and the max and the min and the -0.1, and we started to get into a little bit. It's not that I couldn't sit and figure that stuff out, it's that I don't know that I could figure it out in the 5 or 6 seconds that I have allotted to me on my shot clock. So I started cheating and using a calculator. I freely admit it. Yeah, that close to the goal and didn't make it. Do 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 do. 3.1. It's 2.86 rings. I'm going to do just right at 3. Isn't it perfect? It's all about that second bounce. If I can get that second bounce to hit in the fairway, I got a shot. But if the second bounce clips the rough, I got no shot. Ooh, I can't believe I made that. Unbelievable. 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 I have nothing written down for the second shot because I took this the other day and I ended up in the rough just like my opponent. And I have no idea what to do on the second shot. Tommy says do 10, but I have no idea from where that's at. I'm assuming he's probably talking about doing it from the first lily pad and not trying to blast yourself out to that spot. So I'll take a straight up shot. stuck it that close. See, where am I at in my club? Where am I? I'm in a thorn. I'm right at max. And max thorn is 1.8 per ring. So 3.6 divided by 1.8 should be 2. Should be. Put on 2 backspin. Get right up on it. 2 rings. It's a nice, easy adjustment. Dose. Now we just need to hit it perfect and go in the hole. Hitting it perfect. Now go in the hole. We're on the last step. Come on. Come on. You can do it. I needed to pull that at least a plus 10. Plus 10 to the cup. At least. And that might be more. I like that thorn. The thorn's got... The thing I see with the thorn is that everybody uses the thorn. Not everybody, but the mass majority of people who use the thorn, which is damn near everybody. What they do with it is it's a one-trick pony for them. They only shoot it with backspin. And the thorn, when it gets maxed out like that, has killer ball guide. And so you can try and finesse it up to the cup. Not every hole do you need to play it with backspin. Backspin can be a little bit inconsistent because it's got so much movement on it that it can take an irregular bounce. Sometimes that's the way to go. I saw somebody with a 16 in my attempted qualifying round on Monday, so that's just going to be middling, I'm sure, by the time everybody gets done. But it will be enough to qualify. So there we have it. The 14. And there was definitely shots out there left on the table. So I think the 16, I'm thinking that that's how this week's going to go, is we're going to have to shoot a minus 16. We're looking at 30 plus to be in contention, and you're probably going to have to shoot a 30. You're going to have to shoot better than a 30 in order to have any opportunity for a banner, is what it feels like as the week goes on. We'll see as the week goes on, but that's my prediction, is that 30 plus is what it's going to take to have any shot at a win. And I will see you then. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a comment, and I will read them. Be safe.